Hi, this is Andrew Bridgewater and welcome to this presentation on what is the alkaline diet. I'm the author and creator of the Alkaline Diet Success Formula, and I'd like you to take you on a journey around the alkaline diet which will give you some specific ideas, some specific things that you can implement today that will start to see you enjoying the benefits of the alkaline diet lifestyle. Now, the alkaline diet has begun to receive a lot more publicity in recent years. A lot of celebrities have been using it with great effect, with great results, not only in their weight but in their energy, their well-being, their overall level of health. And Anthony Robbins has been an advocate of the alkaline diet for many years now, getting on for 10 years. And if you look at him, he's in his 50s, but he looks and he behaves with the energy and the vitality of somebody 20 years younger. So the alkaline diet really is something you should be paying attention to if you want to live with energy, vitality and well-being at your optimal weight. So let me tell you a little bit more about it. It's much more of a lifestyle, and this word diet actually derives from the Greek word dietos, meaning way of living. And unfortunately it's become very misused in today's society, and it's the dieting word that gets the bad rap really, because dieting is what puts people in a trap. Calorie counting, restricting your food intake, going hungry, all of these unnatural things put you in a trap, and people end up more overweight, frustrated for the experience, and just feeling like they're literally stuck in a trap. So the alkaline diet lifestyle is different. It's a set of simple daily practices, at least the way I teach it is. It's a set of simple daily practices which easily become lifetime habits, and that means you'll stay out of the diet trap for the rest of your life. Now that is a very profound realization when you know you have that power within you, and you can achieve it very easily with some simple changes to daily habits, which I'm going to show you how to implement right now. Because using the power of the slight edge, these benefits will compound to produce a massive difference in your energy, well-being and health. And The Slight Edge is a wonderful book. If you haven't read it, it's The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, Secret to a Successful Life. It's a very, very powerful book, and it embodies the philosophy that I'm talking about here. Small, simple changes compound to produce a massive difference in a relatively short period of time. So in this video I'll take you through 5 key principles of the alkaline diet lifestyle and how to introduce them into your life. Before I do that, I just want to show the evidence from my own life. Back in June of 2007, I looked like that on the left hand side. That picture was taken in Ireland. I was struggling up a mountain at that time, unhealthy, unfit, unwell, unhappy with my life, very overweight. I was weighing 200 pounds. And at 5 feet 8, that's clinically obese, and I felt it too. It was a real struggle getting up that mountain in Ireland, and you could see it on my face. Just 6 months later, I'd lost 50 pounds in weight, 70 kilos, and I lived and continue to live with energy, vitality, health and well-being. Now, at the age of 47, as I was on the left there, I just felt that I had to do something about it. And the moment came when I got into a lift in London, and there was a 4-way mirror in that lift, and I just looked at the image of myself in that 4-way mirror, and I thought, I have got to do something about this. What's going to become of me? And as I say, I made the changes, was very motivated to do so, and it happened in a very short period of time. And that's the recipe, that's the formula for success that I want to share with you now. So these are the 5 steps. The first one is all about winning the mental game, because my experience says until you do that, the rest is going to be very, very difficult. No matter how simple the formula, until you have your head in the right place, until you're ready to win the mental game of health, then any lifestyle change is going to be a challenge. And that's my speciality as a psychologist. I will talk you through winning the mental game of health. Proper hydration, and it's not just how much, the right type of water is very, very important. Alkalizing and what it does for you and the mechanics of it, which we can get very scientific about, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to give you the very simple essence of it, rather like flicking the light switch. You don't need to know how electricity works. You just flick the switch to get the benefits. Well, that's what I'm going to show you how to do with the alkaline approach to living. Gentle detoxing and quietening the mind daily. You might be surprised to see a couple of those things on there, but they're there because this is a lifestyle. It's holistic. It's not just about what you eat, because Phil Richards Richards, who's somebody I have a great deal of respect for. He coaches athletes at the top level, sports people and athletes at international level, and he says that in order to enjoy these sorts of levels of energy, well-being and health, we should start with what we think, then with what we drink, and only then with what we eat. Now, how many approaches to dieting actually focus totally on foods? And actually, it's well down the batting order. So I'm going to give you a much more holistic approach, which I feel will give you, and I know will give you, benefits much more quickly and for a much longer period of time. So let's talk about winning the mental game briefly. In essence, all of us are motivated. We're simple motivational beings, and we're motivated to avoid pain and seek pleasure. So in a sense, desperation and inspiration are your best friends. Now, some people are more motivated to move away from pain. Some people are more motivated to move towards pleasure. But I think it's fair to say that when we want to get started on making a change in our life, cranking up the pain is often a much more effective way of getting started than thinking about the pleasure we might gain. And then gradually we can sort of give over to the pleasure-seeking principles to pick up the motivation. So what I'm urging you to do is to take a piece of paper and a pen and write down your own unique and truly powerful reasons for wanting to get healthy and live with abundant energy and vitality at your optimal weight. Because when you get specific about your own powerful reasons, you'll be able to see through any short-term challenges that there are. And as I say, it doesn't matter how simple the formula, until your head's in the right place, until you're motivated, you're not going to be ready to make simple daily changes, because we're all creatures of habit. You know, we are the sum of our choices, and the choices that you've made over the last few years have got you the results you're currently enjoying. And in order to enjoy different results, you need to make some different choices, which is why it's so important to get your motivational, powerful reasons sorted out clear. It's also very valuable to get some SMART goals set down. So think about specific, measurable, achievable, realistic and time-based goals, not just for weight loss, but for health and well-being. So maybe there's a particular health target that you want to reach. Maybe there's an event coming up that you want to look and feel great for. Maybe there's some sort of charity fundraising event where you're going to have to do something. We'd like to do something physical that you would like to achieve maybe within a particular time or with a particular level of results. So get specific about your goals, because people who have specific goals are much more effective and powerful than those that don't. You know, many people have great wishes, but they don't have goals and they don't have a plan. I'm giving you the plan here. I just need you to set your goals, because once you do, you line yourself up and you develop this laser-like focus and ability to succeed. It really is amazing. Another quick tip that I'd like to share with you is the importance of putting a favourite item of clothing that you can no longer fit into or doesn't look right because of your current frame, body size, weight. Put it out somewhere where you can see it every day, and that will really motivate you to get on with these changes and to move things forward. And finally, be accountable to someone. Find a buddy, your partner, or a coach, and I can coach you, I can hold you accountable. Somebody who will not let you off the hook. And when you, first of all, get your powerful reasons sorted, line them up with SMART goals, and become accountable, amazing things start to happen. So those are just a few of the tips on winning the mental game of health. I can tell you a lot more about this at andrewbridgewater.com, but I just wanted to give you some sense of why this is so important. Now I'm going to talk about proper hydration, which is again, a critical foundation for success with the alkaline diet lifestyle. Now, you may be thinking, oh yes, I know I should drink plenty of water, I've heard that many times. Well, are you doing it? Because my contention is if you don't do it, you don't know it. Because each of the trillions of cells in your body needs water to provide it with basic electro energy. And it's water that those cells need. It's not fruit juice, it's not beverages like tea or coffee, it's not alcohol, it's water, pure water. And you know, without that water, you're in a chronic state of dehydration, and many people are taking pharmaceutical concoctions for symptoms which are no more than complications of dehydration, which seems to me to be completely wrong. Those concoctions themselves will have side effects, and you know, just adding to the toxicity of the system. So proper hydration, a right amount of the right kind of water, is absolutely key. And the quantity that you should be drinking is 2 to 3 litres a day, which is more difficult than you think. 2 to 3 litres is quite a lot of water until you start to develop the habit, and therefore I provide people with a water chart, so that you can actually measure your intake and easily get to 2 to 3 litres. And after 3 or 4 days, it becomes much more easy, because your body will crave water when you start to give it water. This is the paradox, because as I say, many people are dehydrated, and we don't realise so, because by the time you get a dry mouth, it's already too late. And I'm just going to take a sip of alkaline water right now. So it's not just the amount of water that you need, it's the right kind. Now, tap water varies considerably in quality. And therefore what I've decided to do, and what I've been doing for best part of a year now, is drinking alkaline, antioxidant rich water from a water ionizer. And again, if you contact me at andrewbridgewater.com, I can get hold of one of those for you at a discounted price, a significant discount. The benefits of alkaline, antioxidant rich water are massive, and I'm not going to go into them here. All I would say is that it just gives you that much more of a lift, an opportunity to live with energy and vitality quickly, rather than having to work through a much more protracted period. And as I say, to know and not to do is not yet to know, as the ancient Buddhist saying goes. So you must do this stuff. You know, you may just think, oh yeah, I know I should drink more water, right, I'll do it one day. Just start to do it and notice the effects in your mind and body. You will think more clearly, you will sleep better, you will be more fun to be with, you'll get less ailments, your skin will be clearer, your eyes will be clearer. There'll be a whole host of benefits to proper and effective hydration. Now this is where I'm going to explain a little bit about the mechanics of alkalizing, and it's very simple. You can get quite complex with this as well, so I'm going to treat it rather like electricity. I'm going to show you how to flick the light switch rather than explain the detailed principles of electricity. Let's face it, not many of us need to know those in order to enjoy the benefits. So I'm going to explain very, very simply what the alkaline lifestyle is all about from a chemistry point of view. What we've got here is the pH scale, standing for the power of hydrogen, pH. On the left-hand side we've got 0, highly acidic, will burn a hole in steel. And on the right-hand side we've got highly alkaline, neither of which are a good thing. It's balance that we need, and actually the pH, or the power of hydrogen, in our blood needs to be at or around 7.365 in order for us to be optimally fit, well, healthy, full of energy, and at an optimal weight. Now, I think it's fair to say that many people in our society are on the left-hand side of that. So they're in danger of getting towards acidosis, and the amazing thing is that when we die, our bodies actually acidify. And many people are walking around in literally acidic bodies, struggling with a lack of energy, with a lack of well-being. This is not well known about, but it's ancient wisdom. It goes right back to the Ayurvedic traditions of India. And the Austrians and Germans have known about it for generations, but it hasn't been widely shared, particularly from the pharmaceutical industry, who doesn't have a vested interest in sharing this information with you, because it's about prevention rather than cure. And I think prevention is so much more powerful than cure. You wouldn't wait till your car broke down before you got it serviced, because it will let you down. And why would you do that with that most vital piece of machinery, your body? So you need to be hydrating properly and then eating more alkaline foods and less acidic foods in order to achieve a balance. And the balance should be around 80-20. Now, the secret ingredient that I want to share with you here, something I've got in my pH 9.5 alkaline water here, is wheatgrass. I mix 2 teaspoons of wheatgrass with a litre of water. And I can mix 2 teaspoons because I've built up to that. I would suggest you start with 1 teaspoon in a litre of water, because otherwise you will find it will give you some detoxing symptoms, because this is a very, very powerful cleansing agent. It's totally organic, totally natural, but it literally is a barometer of your cellular health. And I find people get all sorts of reactions to wheatgrass when they mix it too strongly. You might not like the taste that much initially, and if you don't, just dilute it a bit more, but you will find you start to crave it, because your taste buds will change as you alkalize. This is the amazing thing about this approach. Your taste buds will actually start to do the work for you and take over from your motivational reasons, your powerful reasons earlier. Because things that were sweet, toxic, fatty, they will just taste awful when you start to clean up the terrain. This is the amazing information I have to share with you, and it just becomes so self-sustaining and so easy to manage. Now, the sort of foods and drinks that you should be cutting down on, no great surprises here. Red meat, but I don't necessarily suggest you cut it out. Just consume less of it, everything in moderation. Similarly with alcohol. It's the product of decay, it's highly, highly acidic, very toxic, but you don't have to cut it out if you don't want to.